All right, we're recording. Hey everyone, welcome to Behind the Usher Station podcast. I am Jonathan. I am here with my two co-hosts. Introduce your lovely selves.
I'm
I
Alex.
guess I'm going for.
Well, usually Jonathan says a name. We're off our flow, apparently.
It's been a long time. We
It
got to
has
get back.
been.
No,
But
it hasn't. It's been only 3 weeks since the last time we recorded.
It's been longer than that since we've recorded.
Has it been longer than 3 weeks? It
It's
feels
been
like.
way longer.
Listen, I've been inside for too long. I can't tell what time is anymore.
Time
What
is
is
fine.
time?
I go into an office building with a windowless room where I talk to the same 5 people.
Like we're in Vegas. They don't have clocks. But anyway, I will let Alex introduce herself first.
Yes, I'm Alex. That is my cat. You will see and hear throughout the podcast. And this is my messy space that I didn't feel like
I don't know if you can even see. Like you say, messy space. All I see is a white void behind you because there's just your room is so bright with those white walls.
Yeah, it just looks white with like a couple. Like I see a chair and.
my Day of the Dead blanket.
Yeah, I
It's
see
covering the mess, actually. And I'm eating popcorn a little bit because I don't eat regular food anymore like an adult. I guess this is adult food now.
It is.
Listen, it's just like when I started buying fruit gushers all the time when I like became an adult, and I was like, it's not that I'm eating kid snacks, it's that I'm an adult and I can eat whatever I want. Okay, so don't judge me.
I love gushers.
Are good. I haven't had.
They're
one.
great. That's not a judgment at all.
For real. And Jerome, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm Jerome. And doing good. And like had a little caffeine, just a little bit to wake me up a bit. So I'm kind of, I might be in and out, but you know, I'm here. So.
All right, on that caffeine life.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now for today's episode, we're going to be doing part 2 of something we call the Magic Jar episode, where we have a whole bunch of random topics in a jar that Alex has written and created, and we're going to pull one out and discuss it on the fly. We have no idea what the topic is.
It might have actual magic in it. Who knows?
Who knows?
Cure for COVID might be in there. You know.
I mean, I got a Ouija board. I'm sure I could put a demon in there or something.
That's not magic.
Let's.
That's definitely not magic.
It's a form of magic. All right. I'm just saying. Everybody's so weary about demons. All
right, drum roll, please.
See what we got.
Here we go. Alex is.
I feel like when you say drum roll, I'm now have to find, like when I edit this, the audio version, I'm gonna have to find a sound effect.
You're gonna have to find a sound effect
there.
Yeah. Facts about you. Where's my camera?
We can't read that.
Hey, I was trying. Okay, let's grab a different one because facts about you. I don't even know why I wrote. I don't even know what that one was about.
I can say one fact about me. I was born on Friday the 13th.
Creepy.
Yeah.
That explains why you're so weird sometimes.
Let's see.
What about you? What about you, Jerome? A fact about you.
I share a birthday with Robin Williams, who is my hero. I love Robin Williams. I wish he was still alive to this day. But it's cool. I feel somewhat connected to Robin Williams. Like, you know, when people are like, why do you tell jokes all the time? Robin Williams inspired me to like appreciate comedy and love comedy in the way that he loved and appreciated comedy. So yeah, that's like my thing that I enjoy.
Should I do a birthday fact?
I guess
that seems to be a
That was
trend.
the only one I could think of that was actually like interesting, because nothing else, no facts about me. There's no other facts about me that are like, oh, that's really interesting.
I have like one fact about me is my birthday, but it's kind of a downer. So
go for it.
I almost died when I was born.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm a C-section. I'm a C-section baby too.
Ooh,
and
same.
I like to tell people I've never been born. Because I didn't go through the way. They yanked me out. I like to call it. They yanked me out.
Was it that you had a hard time breathing when you were born?
No, I wouldn't move.
Oh, I see.
I like so when you're right before you give birth, the baby goes like its head turns, and then it starts going down, and it goes down to the lower side of the like where the baby's held. I stayed where I was. I didn't turn. I didn't do anything. I was pretty much just lazy in the wound. And they were like, well, we'll wait to see if she moves. And then after a couple hours, they're like, she hasn't even turned around. So we're just going to go in and get her.
That reminds me of at the turn of the century, there used to be a medical practice they used to do for, well, I say medical, but not really, because back then medicine was less factual than it is now. I mean, they used to believe that the way to cure the crazy was to pull all their teeth out. For when you were like in the early 1900s, if you were pregnant, one of the home remedies they used to do if the baby just wasn't coming out or turning was they would put your pregnant belly in cold water, because the baby will leave, or I don't know if it's the belly. They put like a piece of your body that's close to that portion, to the uterus, to cold water, because it would make the baby move away from the cold because it wants to be warm.
That'd be kind of like your upper half.
If you're in cold water, then the only way for the baby to get out would be to go into the cold water. So wouldn't the baby want to stay inside where it's warm so they wouldn't have to reach the cold water?
As far as it knows, outside the body is just is like any temperature. Inside the body is warm, and including heading towards this exit with the big exit sign that says "Have a nice day." So
I'm gonna explain something about the uterus. That wouldn't work because the uterus, the sac in which a baby is held, is like temperature controlled. So that's why it's no longer practice. Are you gonna look up facts about uteruses?
No. I'm looking up what
this is
that
our episode. Facts about uteruses.
Cool.
Facts about you. I almost died.
Not facts about you. Facts about uteruses.
I'm looking up like what that was called back in that day because I can't remember what it was called. I looked up cold water for birthing. It says, "Is it safe to drink cold water after delivery?"
No. You're not supposed to. That's why they give you ice chips.
It says, no, it does say that. Yeah, it says drinking cold water of giving birth is believed to cause colds and prevent the shrinking of the womb, but there is no study to confirm the same. Doesn't matter. That's not what this podcast is about today.
What the hell is this? How about we talk about a fact that connects us to a show or a movie? What is your favorite show, Jerome?
Favorite show?
Yeah.
About giving birth?
We can go on that topic.
No, my favorite show.
I remember a movie though, really quick. I remember a movie. I watched this when I was younger, and I really don't think I should have. It has Richard Gere in it, and I remember this scene and this scene only. He's like a doctor in like some middle of nowhere, and it's a woman giving birth, and they show everything. And I've wanted to like ask my mom, like, what was that movie? That was so horrid, and she like, I just don't want to know because I know I will go back and watch it. There's like always movies.
Probably
like
just Google Richard Gere movie
giving
Richard Gere birthing scene. I don't want. There's always those movies that like you remember a specific scene, but you kind of don't want to watch it because you're like, well, I remember the rest of the movie kind of being crap. That's why I'm not remembering it, or the rest being like horrible, like gross or something.
Yeah, I remember there's that with the TV show. It's not that it's gross. It's just that there's a TV show that I watched like one, maybe two times as a kid, and I really loved it. And it was on some channel that was like not Nickelodeon or Disney or PBS or anything. And I really liked it, and I could never ever find it again. I don't know the name of it. I haven't been able to find it as like an adult. Not that I've like searched for it as an adult, but I've never been able to find it, and it frustrates me like this much. But nonetheless, it still frustrates me.
It's like there. Well, that happened with me, but you helped me find the show Sagwa.
Oh yeah, Sagwa,
the Chinese cat.
Chinese Siamese cat, yeah.
Yeah, who drew her. I always remembered that show, such in detail, and I remember the bat being her friend and everything. Never could remember the name, and I wasn't even sure like what to look up. I actually thought they were in Japan. I remember I'm like, oh, it's in like Imperial Japan. And then you were finally like, it's Saga, and I'm like, what? Everything came flooding back.
Yeah. I remember Oh, go ahead, Jerome.
No, I was gonna say, what was the jar though? what topic did you pull from the jar? You got on a tangent.
Back on topic
and stuff like that. Oh. We haven't actually done the one thing we told the audience we were gonna do.
Yeah, let's pick a proper topic.
Fine. I'm just saying.
Just sitting here like, what are we talking about?
This is us catching up. We haven't spoken in a while. Okay.
Yeah. You know a movie I just watched recently while you're getting the topic? Drive. I finally watched Drive. Never seen it.
Wait. Oh, that's with the limo drivers, right?
No, with Ryan Gosling.
No.
Never heard of it.
It's really it's a it was a big movie for a while back in 2000. I want to say 7 or 9. One or two. It was like just before the 2010s, if not the early 2010s. But it's a movie about Ryan Gosling. I don't want to spoil for you like what the plot is because it's better to go into the movie cold. But like the easiest way to describe it without giving away anything is it's about Ryan Gosling, and he is a stoic stunt driver who finds himself in a serious predicament while trying to fall in love with a woman. That's the best way I could describe it without spoiling anything else. But it's a good movie. It's pretty decent, actually. Great soundtrack. And it's on Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it. Or, yeah, Amazon Prime Video. So if you have Prime Video, watch Drive. It's a good movie.
I want to show something real quick. Sorry. Like, you can tell which ones I made first, because, look, I noticed I tried to origami them.
And you ended up making paper airplanes?
And then here is the, like, I just gave up and crumpled things. You can tell which ones I tried to start, like, and then I gave up, like, a wrapper paper. English is not my strong suit lately.
Anyway. I like how your name on Zoom is Aline.
That's just what it picked. I don't know why.
Well, it's Alex. It's ALE for Alexandra, and then AN for.
It was just like you.
Andrade. There we go. I forgot how to pronounce your last name. I was like, I know what it is, but I don't know how to pronounce it right now.
Jonathan, you pick a movie. Jonathan's movie.
Jonathan movie. What does that mean?
You pick a movie to talk about.
A movie you starred in, and we're gonna talk about it. So.
Oh my God, we should talk about that short film you were in, the cartoon one where you were a snake.
I haven't seen that. I don't know what that is.
Oh my God, it's great, and
an hour.
I loved it. It was great, and we should find it.
I completely wiped that from my memory. I forgot.
Why? You were.
Side note. Okay, so anyone out there?
We'll post it on Instagram too. But go on.
Sure. Yes, we'll do that. There's a website called hitrecord.org, and it was partially created by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who you know from 10 Things I Hate About You, among many other things. And if you love any type of creative aspect, writing, drawing, animating, acting, voiceover, anything, then this site is for you because you get to collaborate with different people from across the world on a whole bunch of different creative projects. Some of them are actually funded, so you can actually get paid from those projects. Many of them are, just for fun. You get to collaborate and create so many great things with so many great people. It's just an awesome website. They're not sponsored by us. I just wanted to shout them out real quick on this podcast. That's where the snake animation came from.
Gotcha.
Say your line. Wait, really quick. Say your line.
I don't remember it. What was it?
It was like, good looking out, girl.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good looking out.
Girl.
What happened? There was no girl.
Yeah, I thought it was girl. Anyway, we'll post it later. Leave that without context right now.
We'll do a side
No,
by
no,
side.
no.
You saying
Yeah.
the line right now and the cartoon, so we can see how it held up.
Yeah, we'll do like a reaction. We might do a reaction out of that. Because I haven't seen it. I don't know.
It's adorable.
But anyway, Jonathan, what's a movie we're gonna review? What are we gonna talk about?
Okay, what have we all? Oh, okay. Let's talk about Unhinged. Let's talk about the movie.
Oh yeah, the movie we all saw together.
We sure didn't, and I still haven't posted. I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna do it today. I'm gonna make it. Hold on, got my sticky notes. I'm gonna make a sticky note right now that I'm gonna post that video that we filmed on my phone.
Oh, our
quickie review.
Reactions.
Yes, I'm gonna do
okay.
that.
So about a month ago, Alex, Jerome, and I went to a drive-in about an hour away.
From you.
From me, about an hour and a half from y'all. And we had a great time, and we saw the movie Unhinged starring Russell Crowe.
And nobody else, because I honestly don't know the names of any of the other actors.
No, I don't know anyone. But I didn't even recognize it was Russell Crowe. That was like insane to me. I was like in total disbelief. That man has really let himself go.
I don't think he let himself go. I think it was for this role he put on a lot of weight. Because just before Unhinged, a lot of people were talking about that. They were like, Russell Crowe's getting pretty fat, and it's like, and
I don't think he needed to be honestly that fat for this movie.
I think it made him look more...
part of it, a good chunk is him. Literally, a good chunk is him. He's just stopped from his gladiator days. So yeah, I didn't recognize him at all, and it was just jarring to me.
Well, what's the last Russell Crowe movie you've seen?
No clue.
Well, outside of Unhinged, because that's that is one. But
I don't. Let me take a look at what he's been in recently, because other than Unhinged, I don't think
Les Miserables was like the last thing he had been in big before Unhinged. I don't know. You may have
that was in 2012.
Yeah.
Have I not seen him in anything since 2012? Now, see, he was in a miniseries called The Loudest Voice, and he was fat in that too.
Alex, you are gonna get us in trouble.
The Mummy. He was in the awful
my
Mummy.
God! How did we forget that?
Because everybody wants to forget.
What was he in? I didn't hear.
The Mummy. With Tom Cruise.
2017.
I never saw that, so
good. You saved yourself some time and money. Like don't.
You know what? Let's just bash the Mummy right now.
It's trash. First off, trash.
They make one of the most racist comments ever when the guy's like, "Oh, we're like basically grave robbers," and he's like, "Oh no, we're liberators of antiques." Like, no, that was not okay. Or like. Oh my God! Yeah, after I heard that comment, I was like,
with the archaeologist lady who's like, "I'm totally an archaeologist." Also, like, even though I look like a supermodel and haven't said anything that makes me seem like a credible archaeologist in this film,
and the fact that she somehow was able to gain all this military clearance that put her above like generals and lieutenants and stuff like that. It's like she's a professor, like. Who is in charge of all this?
She's the same type of professor that the girl in Transformers 5 who's like, I'm totally a professor. I'm not like a supermodel who just put on glasses. See, I'm a professor now.
There was half an hour into that film. I had, about 18 problems with it right off the bat.
18? And
I literally wrote them down. And I got halfway into that movie, and I was like, I can't do it anymore.
The only scene I enjoyed was when Tom Cruise was like, I'm going to stand up to the mummy woman, and she smacked the hell out of him and knocked him to the ground so fast. I was like, dang, that's how your mama smack you when the streetlights come on and you come late. Like, I'm gonna find that video, put it on Instagram for everyone to see. Just that clip.
The guy who played like his. Do you remember the guy talked about Jake Johnson.
Yeah,
who
Jake
was
Johnson.
like, yeah.
He
the guy
plays
from
Spider-Man,
Doom.
by the way, in Spider-Verse. He plays Peter Parker Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, he plays.
He's on New Girl, right?
Yeah,
and
he's
he
on
also
New Girl.
that's where he got started. Well, that's where he got big. I don't know if that's where he got start, but that's where
I think he
big.
started there. But he was like the only one I liked in that whole movie, and he was a comedy relief person. But I didn't understand if he was a ghost, a hallucination, like an apparition, part of the curse. I couldn't figure out what he was.
Neither could the movie because he kept being all three. Sometimes he could interact with people, sometimes not.
Right,
sometimes
he was interacting and then he'd like just disappear. But then like he was there when Cruz was just going crazier. But at the end, he's like, "Thanks for like bringing me back." And I'm like, "Wait, so you were dead, but you just look like maybe a zombie, like The Walking Dead, like the mummy had brought him to be like a servant or something." I don't know. That movie made zero sense. And another thing that upset me was that how hard is it to kill a baby? Why are you summoning a demon for that? No, Jonathan, don't.
Hearing you talk about this movie, I'm like, what did I miss? Now I want.
And then here's the thing: the baby thing is the dumb thing. My dumb thing was, why is there like basically an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. monster force in this movie led by Nick Fury? Oh, I'm sorry, Russell Crowe, aka Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, who's for some reason in charge, even though he's clearly unstable.
Very unstable. They put the most unstable person.
Oh my God.
We did a full circle. But seriously, she kills the baby and her father or the pharaoh all while they're sleeping. She could have just done that. She didn't need to summon a demonic presence. She snuck into their bedroom at night and murdered them like any
Alex, you've seen the movie. That whole movie is just a series of how can I do this one thing that is simple the most complicated way possible. That's every scene in that movie is that.
And how are they still in the military when they keep stealing stuff? They would have been discharged. They keep leaving their unit and everything.
Because I'm Tom Cruise. You can't fire me. I'll just run away. It's my thing.
With his pumpy arm run. He's got a pumpy arm run.
He does. All right. Anyway, Unhinged though. Russell Crowe. Okay.
I was just sitting here like
Jonathan was waiting for his turn to jump in. He's like, I've seen the Mummy. I don't know what else to say.
Watch the Mummy, and then next. I still got like a list of problems with it. Watch it.
Well, you know what we should do?
We'll be angry about it all together.
Alex, remember that time after we saw the Mummy? Me and you made we literally wrote the whole Dark Universe. From start
to finish. The Mummy. It wasn't the Mummy.
And we didn't include the Mummy because we said it was dumb.
No. We didn't do that with the Mummy. We did that with what was the one before that?
No, we did it was after the Mummy came out. We thought about it, and then we were like, okay, well, ours would start with the Creature of the Black Lagoon to be like the first movie, and then from there we were gonna do like Frankenstein, I think. But like all of it would take place in either modern day or like as a period piece in like the 60s.
I think modern day would be better.
Modern day probably would be better. My only thing is modern day just provides a lot of issues.
Cell phones.
In regards to technology. Yeah, technology. It's why even in Unhinged, they get rid of cell phones immediately. Like they want to make sure people can't contact people.
But they don't though. Okay, so yes. Jonathan, explain Unhinged.
Speaking of, tell us the plot. The quick synopsis.
Unhinged, and there will be spoilers in this. So if you are a diehard Unhinged fan and you don't want to be spoiled, I'm saying that very sarcastically, then pause here, watch it, and come back. But anyway, Unhinged basically tells the story of a woman who is being followed / chased by a man who is unhinged. That's basically the story.
I feel like the subtitle for this movie should be "You Get What You Deserve, Karen." Period.
She wasn't a Karen.
Yeah, all she did was honk at the guy, and that set him off.
Listen, All right, she could have just did a little courtesy tap, count. You know, she doesn't know. That man could have been having a peanut.
Literally,
for all we know, he could have been eating some whatever the brand's called. You know, with the little peanut man with the monocle and stuff. So Planters. He could have been eating some Planters peanuts, right? Just having a nice light snack. Turns out he's got a tree nut allergy. He's totally dying in the front seat, and she got the nerve to honk at him. He could be dying. She don't know. He just after all she knows.
He's a grown man. He should know already if he has a peanut allergy. Eating straight peanuts is kind of his own fault. Yeah.
Peanuts when you know.
Because answer me this: why do people who are lactose intolerant eat ice cream still?
Oh, I can answer that because I'm lactose intolerant.
It just gives you
delicious.
It gives you
because it's delicious. Exactly.
No. There's a difference between intolerance and allergy. Allergy will kill you. Intolerance, I just get sick for like a minute and hang out in the bathroom for half an hour and then I'm good.
And ice cream is so good. Like, you can give that up. Peanuts, like, you could give up peanuts. Ice cream is so good.
I love the Reese's ice cream.
But anyway,
I like peanut butter.
So in this movie, there's like the beginning of the film. It's like this huge traffic scene. Like, she's stuck in traffic for like 15
The first of the movie is Russell Crowe literally destroying his ex-wife's house. You can see him
but before that, even he takes a hammer to her current husband.
And before that, he creepily sits in his car in the rain. And that's another thing that bothered me. He had his window open just a crack, which was really unnecessary. And it was a nice car he had, and just like it would have gotten flooded.
Well, it's a pickup truck. It's probably built for, built for.
No.
Built for.
But the window was down. Like his seats would have gotten wet. His floor. They had a lot of rain portraying everything, to make it how it was, and then there was no reason for his window to be open a crack like that.
Here's the thing, Alex. Here's what you don't understand, okay? When I'm ready to murder somebody, the last thing I'm worried about is rain getting in my vehicle. Like, that's not at the top of the list of my concern.
It would be for me. I mean, I'm going to go on the run. I want to be comfortable. I want to be comfortable in my car. I don't want it to smell like mold. All right, mold is gross. It's got a bad smell. I don't want my murderous pickup truck to have that smell.
On my top of my list is, how am I going to dispose of these bodies? How am I going to kill this person? Am I even going to be able to accomplish it?
So he didn't bother disposing of the bodies. He just killed them, burned the house. So it wasn't really a disposal of the bodies. It was just leaving them and letting the house burn. So that means the window could have been on his list. He could have cared about his car a little more. I'm just saying, that was a big truck, but it was a good truck. It took a lot of damage. When you have a good truck, you respect it.
Didn't I tell you it's built for TIFF? All right? It's going to be all right.
But can we answer this, like, major question of the film? Why is her kid going to a school where you have to take the freeway or get through, like, 30 minutes?
That didn't make sense either.
That is true. And he was like, what? He looked like 14, 13, and he was in an elementary school.
13, 12, or he looked like 12. I guess
he looked like he should be in middle school. He was in elementary school.
Yeah, middle school. Well, it might be a middle school, elementary school. We had a few of those in my hometown where it was like.
It just said elementary school, though.
Oh. Was there a sign?
I think they said elementary school, and I was like, that kid looks like he was way too old. I think I even said that.
You know what? No, she did say that because he asked how old the kid was, and I think she said 10. And I was like, he is not 10. No. He's way too tall. If he is 10, he's hit one heck of a growth spurt, and his voice is getting a lot more deeper for a 10-year-old. There's no way he's 10. He's got to be at least 12.
Right. No, 13. I agree with that. The police response time was very realistic. I'll give them that. He was able to kill a bunch of people before they even got near the capture. Yeah. He ran over.
That whole city was dangerous, though, because remember when he's at the gas station and he drives and hits that dude who's trying to help her or whatever?
Yeah.
He hits her and drives off. Then a random pedestrian who's not even a part of this entire debacle is the one that kills this man and runs him over, who clearly had time to stop and hit the brakes or something, swerve out the way. He just ran right over.
Pedestrian is a person who walks. You mean just a random
sorry.
car?
Yes.
I was thinking for a second, I'm like, the pedestrian
my bad.
just like hit him?
Yes, a person walking at full speed of exactly 25 miles an hour killed this man. No, a person driving another vehicle drove up and killed this guy. And I'm like, that wasn't even Russell Crowe's fault. He didn't know that person was coming. As far as he's concerned, I ran him over.
He purposely ran him over. Yeah, that was still his fault. He threw this man with his car in the middle of the road.
He was trying to help the woman. He was
okay, but here's the thing, though. At the court of law, who do you think they're going to say killed this man? Russell Crowe, who hit him and drove off and left him alive, or the person who definitely killed him running him over in the street?
Intentional manslaughter with a deadly weapon. Russell Crowe can still be charged. We should figure out his name and stop calling him Russell Crowe. That just gets leaked out. Russell Crowe.
The whole movie?
Hold on.
Yeah, he has. They say his name. I just can't remember what it was.
Man.
His name was Man?
It's literally Russell Crowe. Man.
Oh, wow. No, they don't say his name. Okay.
They don't say his name.
So we'll just call him Russell Crowe for the sake of this movie.
Because who would know his name in the movie? No one would say, hey.
They kept reporting him on the news. That's what I meant by they say it his name. Like the
news they did it at the beginning when they talked about him killing his ex-wife. But then afterwards, they didn't know it was the same person. So they're like, oh, the man killed the other man in the diner. And they didn't know who he was.
Also, that scene was brutal. Good God. That poor man. Because all he took was the coffee cup, just smashed it into his face. And then he killed him by the necktie. That poor man didn't deserve that. He didn't ask for that.
Why did nobody call the cops?
They were all
what would you do? You would like, well, correction. Alex, you're pretty tough. So I'm sure you would do something. But the average person probably would just be like frozen in shock at the fact that this man is getting brutalized in this diner, and all I came here to do was enjoy my pancakes and sausage.
No, the average person would probably pull out their phone.
And that's what they did.
They did, and then they had recordings.
That's true.
Yeah, I think maybe that's what it, because like one time I heard somebody scream across the street, and I almost, ran across before I realized what was going on. It was just somebody being stupid, and I was like, oh. It's those fight or flight instincts, I guess. Mm-hmm. But, like, those people had, like, neither. They sat there and enjoyed their pancakes.
Here's the thing. We've talked about a lot of scenes and things that have happened in this movie, but, we haven't actually been reviewing the film. What did you guys think about the performances from everybody? Both the mom character, Russell Crowe, they're kind of the main people, but also if you want to throw in the supporting characters too, like her brother who lives with her, or her kid. What do you guys think of the performances, though?
I thought they were good. They were solid performances. However, my issue probably would be within the casting. I didn't believe, granted there are like young mothers, but I thought at first, even Alex, I whispered to you, I was like, I thought that was his sister that was driving. I thought the mom was the boy's sister.
Well, she is a sister, but she's not his sister.
Right. She's the sister of the other guy who got killed.
Yeah. No, he's fine. He's alive. His girlfriend got killed. No, they find out at the end that he's fine. Badly burned, but fine. The cops come in and make sure you hear that line to be like, no, he's okay. He's just hurt. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, he was on fire last time we saw him. I imagined he died.
Right. But like we also said, the boy, he was at least
looks too old.
12, 13 years old. So, but other than that, I thought the performances were solid.
Alex?
I think I did like the lead female. I think I like how they wrote her as she did try to make a plan, sending the cops to different locations, getting people where, and doing all that. And that was very smart of her to try to send them to different places. I think she should have called her brother to give him like a heads up more so after she like talked to the police. I didn't like the brother or his girlfriend. They were kind of annoying. I get what they were supposed to be like another risk in this unhinged game, but at the same time they felt really unnecessary. They were kind of shown as like, we're moochers and hippies, we're just kind of living here, and it kind of sucks because this is all while she's going through this horrible divorce. Her ex-husband's trying to take the money, take the house, and they're just like freeloading. They can't even help with like the dishes or anything. So it was like I felt like they were unnecessary in the actual way, but like, yeah, I get what they were doing there as an emotional game piece. I didn't like the boy. He annoyed me. He got better. No, he did listen to his mother nearing the end, but there was that moment, and it bothered me, and I told you guys, where when Russell Crowe first pulls up, she tells him, "Don't put down the window. Don't engage." What does the boy do? Puts down the window and engages. And like, what? Just listen to your mother. Why are you doing that? Why are you engaging with a random stranger on the road? Stranger danger. Was this child not taught that?
To be fair, I understand where the boy was coming from, because his mom is a bit of like just a what's it called? I want to say it in a way that seems a little nicer. She's a screw up. There we go. That's the best way to say it. She's just failing on almost every degree. She can't keep her clients. She's always late. All right. When she's taking him to school, he's like, "Mom, you got to get on the freeway. Like, don't get on the freeway. Use the back road so I can get there on time, because if I don't get there on time, I'm going to get detention." She's like, "No, I'm going to use the freeway. It'll be fine." What happens? They hit traffic. And he doesn't say "I told you so," but I can see it in his face. He wants to say "I told you so." So to be fair, I can understand him being like, "I'm going to roll down this window because this man is like, listening to you is probably going to get me killed. I'm just going."
Well, not listening apparently almost got them killed too. Yeah, that was just my whole problem. Like, even still, like, she's trying her best. Like, I can understand that my mom she dropped a lot of balls, I'm not going to lie. But, it's always that she tried her best. And that's what I thought when I saw this kid. Like, if my mom told me not to engage, I'm not going to engage. Because, like, first off, I think it's also just because I'm from Chicago. That guy could have had a gun on him.
Mm-hmm.
Which
looked like it looked like it took place either like, I was feeling a Seattle vibe or like a Portland or a Vancouver, something, because the streets seemed similar, and it like the rain, because it was raining. It was like slight, like not raining a lot, but like
overcast.
Yeah. Overcast, and it looked like there was rain on the ground.
I kind of got like an Oregon, like Portland and Seattle vibe too.
And a lot of traffic.
Yeah, like it basically takes place in, like, it's all, I could see it now on the script where it's like exterior city, and that's the movie.
Well,
I mean, the movie is exterior city.
They're all wearing like jackets and sweaters, so it could literally be any city in the fall. Like, that could have been a New York City in the fall.
Yeah,
because it did have that look.
I will say, I think I like Russell Crowe's performance. I thought he was fine. I don't think he was anything special. Like, it's not like it was like, "Oh man, Russell Crowe just stole the whole movie." But he was an effective villain. I think it was more just because he's so big, or maybe it's the way they also filmed him too, to kind of be a little bigger, big and imposing. Like, he just commands presence when he walks in, just because of the fact that he's most of the scenes he's bigger than everybody else he's interacting with.
I think it's also that they gave him a southern accent to kind of make him differ between everybody else as well.
Yeah.
So he had that kind of like in the House of Cards. He kind of had that condescending tone to him, where you kind of just listen because it's like a southern gentleman style going on. Everything he says sounds kind of cool, but he's still trying to murder you.
Yeah.
I will say this about Russell Crowe's performance. I think he did very well with the erratic behavior that he was doing, but when he just got like plain angry, it just kind of like fell flat. Like when those moments where he's like, "Oh," and then it's just like that just feels like normal anger. But when he was more erratic and more like unhinged, it kind of played on that, like he was abusing drugs and he was, you know, going through all this, that where his mentality was just straight up broken. But the anger was such a simple emotion to what they wanted to be a complex character.
Okay, so I sorry to cut in, but I looked up the actress's name because I was like, we have to have a name for this person. The mom's name, the actress name is Karen Pastorius, and her character's name is Rachel Hunter.
Yeah, I remember it being Rachel.
Yeah, so she's Rachel, and actually, I found Russell Crowe's name. It's Tom Cooper. That was his name in the movie.
Really?
Yeah. So we found it.
Ring a bell.
But
I don't remember them saying that at all.
But
yeah, Tom.
But you know, I think like I only looked it up because I was like, if I'm gonna talk about Karen, I want to get her name right because I think she did.
She was not a Karen.
She is not, even though her name in real life is Karen with a C though, not with a K. With a C. It's C.
She wasn't a Karen because I would have beeped like that too. Because he sat at the light for too long.
Right. No, I was just making jokes. She wasn't actually being a Karen. I was just making bad jokes. But
can we talk about at the end of the movie where she sends the son into the house to go hide? She stays outside, and then later she goes in to, you know, sneak attack on him. Why did she not grab a knife from the kitchen downstairs? Why did she just stay with, what was she holding? She was holding
her scissors.
The scissors.
She's a big Jordan Peele fan. She saw Us, and she figured, like, you know, this is a very effective weapon. I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna stick him. I'm gonna stick him real good.
I felt like that bunny from Us at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I know it's supposed to be like an intense scene of like, and showing the, you know, the cloning process getting out of hand with all these bunnies and all this stuff. But that one bunny who was all white with the long black ears, I fell in love. And like, I remember telling you, Jonathan, I was like, I want that bunny so badly. He was so cute. I've never petted a bunny. That's a fact about me.
Funny. That's funny because we have a friend who she had a bunny and we've never pet her.
Does she not have the bunny anymore?
No. It's the bunny just lives somewhere else. I won't get into details because that's her personal.
The bunny has decided to move out. It's
so
hopped along.
I won't get into details, but yeah, it's a rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never petted one. I've always wanted to because I hear they're really soft.
Yeah, I thought Karen Pastorius though did a great job. As the mom character, she was sympathetic. I cared for her plight. I was hoping that she would be okay throughout the movie, and did worry for her son. Although it was one of those things where, because I remember watching the trailer, I wasn't sure if the movie was going to play the angle where you're kind of on Russell Crowe's side, because that's what the trailers made it seem, is that she was being unreasonable and whatever. But then, you know, when you watch the movie, it's like, no, you get it. Like, she's in a rush. She's trying to get somewhere, and so that's why she honks on the horn, because she's trying to get her son to school.
I mean, I would have honked that way too, in a general sense.
Click on the actress's name. She is not American. I would put I bet.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sure she's not
Karen Pastorius is South African, born New Zealand actress.
I told you I can catch him with those fake accents.
Yes, Jonathan did point out during the movie when her accent slipped. And you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. Oh, look at that. She was in Mortal Engines.
She was in Mortal Engines. I just saw that. Yeah, she's only 30 years old. So she is probably about the age to have a 10-year-old son. At 30? I mean, that just means you got your son at 20. You had your son young. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But she's
but some 30-year-olds out here playing high schoolers, so.
That's true, too.
Only on the CW. I think they're the only ones left who keep trying to play that trick. I'm just like, no, we're totally teenagers. Look at my look at me. Look how tall I am. Look how clean my face is. Oh, there's a hair. I gotta go shave real quick. I'll be back.
They're all very tall too.
They're always tall, and they're unbelievably chiseled. Most of the men. And like they're unbelievably. I'm like, all right, look, no, I know in high schoolers work out, but you're a little too clean. All right, you there's got to be something else you're doing. You're juicing,
What
in
else
high
did they do?
school because drugs are bad for you. Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah,
Dare to be different. Remember that? Remember that dare? Remember the lion?
Anyway, there's a lion out there?
So
Yeah, that's the mascot. That's the dare mascot.
Wait. I didn't know. I was on drugs in high school.
Hold on.
I'm fine now.
We're
fine.
Wait. Okay.
But I want to say about the last thing about the ending scene where where they have the big fight and everything.
Mm-hmm.
When she goes to get her son, it's kind of a stupid move because the kid was hiding. He was in a safe place and everything. Why would she go and expose him like that? Knowing how Russell Crowe is in this movie, or Tom, is his name? Knowing how the character is like a Michael Myers style thing going on, where he keeps getting up. Why would you go for your son like that? And why wouldn't you wait until there's like more people? You put him at risk by doing that. And he had a very good hiding spot. He was like in the safest place, and then she went and tried to pull him, because where were they gonna go? Both cars were messed up. Where are they trying to run to now? They're literally at their last resort. So I didn't like that ending. I understand why they did it that way, so that both could be in that fight together with him. But in actuality, it was just a stupid move for her to try and grab her son in that moment.
She did a lot of stupid things in this movie, and I feel like that was one of them.
That was going to be my critique. Is less about the performances, more about just the script. I think, which I don't think the script's awful. Like, it's not awful.
There are just a lot of places that, as a I don't know, I feel like an average person wouldn't do that. But then again, a lot of scripts will do that just to keep the plot moving. Of course, you're not going to drop the knife when there's a killer chasing after you. But in, horror movies, they do that.
Yeah.
Or you're not going. You can't make a mad dash to the airport. Not anymore with all the security. Can't get So.
You're not gonna go into the creepy hole when you hear a sound coming from it.
I have told people I will leave them behind. There is a moment where a Forrester security guard and Lauren wanted to go. There was a creepy sound after concession stand closed, and they wanted to go see what it was. And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, if you hear a scream, will you come get us? I'm like, no. I'm going in the theater with 150 people, and I will go get help. They're like, why wouldn't you go after us? I'm like, no, because you guys decided to go Scooby-Dooing yourselves.
Scooby-Doo.
All right? If you guys get killed, that's your own fault. I love you, but same for you two. You guys have decided to go look for the creepy noise. I'm not coming, and if you scream or die, well, I'm gonna leave you. I will leave both of you so quickly.
You're the one with the Ouija board. I feel like you're the most likely out of the three of us.
I'm the most likely to get possessed. Fine.
And we ain't coming to get you, because I ain't dealing with that. That's too much baggage for me to deal with. But, if you are possessed, could you get the demon to still be able to make our appointments to do the podcast? And then we'll just have a demon as our guest, and that'll be fine. We'll make that.
I mean, that would have to do, split audio for me. I wonder if I could do, the double voice at the same time. Harmonize.
I mean,
I think you can harmonize with the demon.
In Paranormal Activity, they catch on film her doing the demon double speak. So, it's possible to catch it on film. So I guess
that's true.
Yeah. All right. And on that note, quickly give, on a scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate the movie Unhinged? And you could do 0.5 or however you like.
I thought we were doing letter grades. We've been doing letter grades.
Okay, let's do letters.
We need to be consistent, though. All right, we can't are we doing script because we forget what we did the last time.
We did what?
Look, this whole episode is nonsense.
It is.
It's true.
We're just going with that.
This is the most all over the place.
We have not stayed on any topic.
Listen, Jerome, just title this episode MISC period.
Maybe. It's just I'm going to say it right now on behalf of the entire Behind the Usher Station crew. We apologize if you cannot follow this podcast this week. This has just been a stream of consciousness, is what this has been. Of just,
I think it's just everything
that have popped into the mind.
Everything we have built up for so long with the quarantine and everything going on. I have a lot of time to think. Because at my job, I'm just putting insurances.
Yeah, we'll get it together for the next few. But for right now, this is the best Unhinged review from us you will get. All right, so. And
it literally is an Unhinged review.
That's true.
This is an Unhinged episode.
That being said, my letter grade for this movie is a C. I think it's average. I would say if you like. Also, we didn't talk about the aspect that this movie's filmed, like the script is supposed to take place in one whole day, which adds a different element to the horror. Cause it's like, okay, yeah, like it takes people time to respond to things or whatever. It's not like there's been like a week. And so police can just like investigate.
That's true. It's not even a full day if you think about it, because she did pick up her son before school has ended. So there's like maybe at most like a 5-hour range all of this is occurring.
Yeah, so I think that aspect, if you like those type of movies where like movies like Training Day or whatever, is it as good as Training Day? No, but it still is entertaining from start to finish. You can kind of sit back, enjoy, eat your popcorn, enjoy it, and watch the movie. So if you're into just having a nice popcorn film to just chill and just watch with your friends or whatever like that, Unhinged is perfect for that. So it's a C. It's an average.
It was a fun drive-in movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we should have saw Bill and Ted instead.
I haven't seen the first one. Should I?
What? Yeah, there's two.
There's two.
Bill and Ted's really Awesome Adventure, and the next one is the Bogus Adventure.
Bogus Journey.
Maybe they'll bring it back, and we can go back and cross that bridge and find out.
You should just watch it. Watch all three of them.
It's not there now. I actually looked up Rodeo Drive-In stuff to see what's in the showings. It's not Bill and Ted.
No.
Yeah. Really, it was nothing that I was interested in on.
Well, then I love Keanu Reeves.
On the Rodeo Drive-In, so I was like,
I love Keanu Reeves. We should do an episode about him. What's your letter grade, Jonathan?
Okay. I'll have to go with the C+. It was fun. It was. I'll say plus because I like that concept of like what's it called? Happening in real time type of movies and shows and stuff like that. Because I feel like it's much more exciting when something is, happening all at once rather than happening over a period of time. I liked the action. The action was pretty good. There was a part where I think, Jerome, you went to the bathroom and there was like a car that exploded. I'm like, Jerome missed this part.
Oh, yeah, I did. And it was a journey to get to that bathroom, too. I had to walk all the way across the freaking field to get to the bathroom and back. So I missed a lot. I missed the whole thing.
I got worried about you when you went to go get snacks. You left your phone, and it got dark fast.
And you were gone for, 45 minutes?
Yeah, it felt so long.
The line was long. All right, everybody had the same idea. I'm going to get my snacks early so that way I don't miss the movie.
They actually say, I looked on the Facebook page, they actually say, our lines for snacks get really long, so please be prepared for a wait.
Mm-hmm.
But we got worried about you because it was dark.
It just got dark so fast, man, and I'm not going to lie. Like, you are not visible that well in the dark.
Listen, my people thrive in the dark, all right? They wouldn't find me anyway. I would just run into the woods.
You would get run over by a car!
I'm not gonna run into the highway.
No, not you. No, there were people driving on the grass. That's how we got in.
Oh, well, I mean, we'll figure that out. I can see the lights. They just can't see me. I can see them. They got lights on and stuff. They're driving.
Yeah, but they're the ones who are gonna hit you. I wasn't worried about you hitting a car.
Unhinged taught me anything. As long as Russell Crowe's not driving, I'll be all right.
Well, now you know, Jerome. Bring your phone next time.
Yeah, come on.
And that way you won't be so bored in the line.
Truth be told, I just forgot that I didn't have my phone on me. I forgot I put it in your cup holder or whatever. So when but I was like, all right, I'm already in line. I'm not gonna get out of
go walk back
phone and come back. Like at that point, I'm just gonna be like, look, y'all just gonna be hungry. Like that's just what that's gonna be. How it's gonna be. But I was bored because I wanted to just jump in everybody's conversation just for some stimulation to just be like, hey, excuse me, ma'am. I know y'all are talking about what's going on and everything, your recent gynecologist visit, but can I just jump in and just be a part of the conversation real quick?
I do that sometimes. I'll just get involved in people's conversations when I'm bored. Or I'll tell them, I'm like, look, I'm eavesdropping. Can you tell me what happened there? And like, people are really chill with it for some reason with me. They're usually like, yeah, okay, here's what's going on. I'm like, I told a Wendy's driver, Wendy's employee, because they were mad because like, I want to say it was Uber Eats had pulled up through the drive-thru, and they're like, it's Uber Eats, and then kept going, and then I could hear her huff, and I'm like, oh, are you okay? And she's like, it's the Uber Eats people. They don't tell you what order they're picking up. They don't tell you the number. They don't tell you anything, and they wait to get to the window. Well, we don't have the food presented there. And she's like, I shouldn't even give him the food. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't give it to him. Screw him. And she's like, I shouldn't give it to him. I'm like, don't take his order. Like, I was encouraging that behavior. I'm sure she did, but still, I was like, don't do it. I'll get in the middle of things.
She might not have. She might have made an executive decision that day.
Maybe she should have.
Y'all gonna learn today. You're gonna learn the hard way. I'm gonna hold on to the food. Matter of fact, I'm gonna eat it in your face.
Alex, what is, last and not least, what is your letter grade?
I would have to say like a D, because somehow like there was a lot of issues with script. I really did like the actors, but the driving kind of got me sometimes, because the massive truck he had should not have had the turn radius it did of that tiny little car. My Beetle has the turning radius. It's great. I can literally just go. My sister has a sedan, a Toyota, and that has a wider turning radius than me. The amount he was doing should have flipped over the truck I don't know how many times. And he didn't seem to have gotten gas. How is this that type of car also eats up gas for a city too? And like all of a sudden there was no traffic too. Like they got hit in traffic once, and then all of a sudden it all cleared up.
I never thought about that. That is true. We never see him stop at a gas station.
He stopped at the gas station, but he just menacingly watched her.
Yeah, he stopped at the gas station to be intimidated. He didn't actually pick up gas. Although that would have been funny if he stopped at the gas station and she was like, oh my God, that's the same truck. And then he walked in and she's like all nervous. And he's like, excuse me, can I get 20 on pump 5? How you doing? All right. And then just get
pretty much, yeah. And like that type of truck, it was huge and unnecessary. And that was so like, you should have gotten gas like 3 times during this 5-hour trip you did, because you were just burning through gas.
And remember, that's where
we just said that.
Oh wow,
you tapped out.
I was looking up this, but I was looking up the Rotten Tomatoes score.
Oh, what's the Rotten Tomatoes score?
The Rotten Tomato tomato meter score is 47%, which is like better than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it might have been.
They give them a better grade than we did.
Yeah. The audience score is 77%.
I figured audiences would like this movie. It's like I said, it's a popcorn flick. It's something you put on, like the average moviegoer would just be like, yeah, it's a fun movie, whatever. Like if you're analyzing it for like deeper than that, you can give it like a C or a D or even lower than that, depending on what you're looking for. But when you're just turning it on just to have a good time,
it's a good time. Too. It's a simplicity. Crazy man drives car.
Yeah. It's
there's a simplicity to it that's just a good movie to watch, where you're just like, it's chill. It's not chill, but it's like something you just watch.
There's no like experiment where it's like this could go either horribly right or horribly wrong.
Right.
And there's no like, oh, I never knew moment either. There's no shock and awe or anything like that. So it's like, oh, okay, he is crazy,
Right, and that's about it.
Yeah,
You're gonna
pretty
die.
much, like it's straight up like he's gonna try to kill you. Why? Because he's just unhinged.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our unhinged review of Unhinged.
That was just an unhinged podcast.
It was a mess. But you know what? We talked about a lot of topics today. We talked about childbirth and road rage. And
we went from childbirth to unhinged. And I will even have to listen to this podcast, this episode, to figure out how this all happened.
See the progression of this conversation.
And I will have to ask my mother about that Richard Gere movie. I kind of want to watch it again. Look, as a woman, I can say childbirth is natural and it's an experience. I don't have any children, and I understand some women do. However, it is also very, very disgusting. There's a lot of fluids, and most likely a woman will also poop on the table. Nobody tells you that.
Yeah, I just heard that for like the first time, like maybe like 2 years ago, and I was like, wow, I really didn't think about that because
it's just
tell
a
you
pushing
to
motion.
bang her down, and naturally.
It's a motion you do.
All right. And now on that note, where can we find people on Instagrams and the Facebooks and the social
I don't think I want anybody to find me right now. But I'm at Fuzzy Logic 22 on Instagram, and that's pretty much where I live right now. I really got to change that name. If anybody's got any suggestions.
You could find me at Jonathan Keys.
You can find me at Not Jerome Rhett on Instagram, and also the Mr. Jerome TV on YouTube. Although that might migrate, you'll find out if it does. All the content from that channel. So, but for now, Mr. Jerome TV at YouTube.
All right, and we will see you all next time. I don't know why I did the salute, but I just decided to.
Well, because now we have a visual medium, so it's a nice goodbye. Nice
exactly. Goodbye, everyone. See you all next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.